who will be serving as our political analyst this evening as we take you through the stories of the major issues that made it to the news during the week. Hope you're having a great Saturday. Hope your Saturday is going on fine, because for us here in the studio, we're having a good Saturday. All right, from the stories I have here, I will read them one after the other, and Peter Nsike will take them one after the other in analyzing them for us. First is ASU VC's faults, federal government's demand for varsity's 40% IGR. I take that again. ASU Vice Chancellor's fault federal government's demand for varsity's 40% IGR. Okay, and the second one that I have here, sorry. The second one I have here is truth about presidential yachts and Nigeria president. This is coming from ex-presidential spokesman Iman Niboro. And another one, Northern Youth plus Tinubu over lopsided appointment, says he is the greatest since 1960. And the other one coming from our president, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, poverty not a shameful thing for Nigerians. This is a speech made. And the last but not the least, Tinubu government totally uncaring. This is coming from Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. And now first on my list, let me read out the stories so that Peter can take it from there. The Academic Staff Union of Universities and Committee of Vice Chancellors of Nigerian Universities excuse me, have described the plan by federal government to automatically deduct 40% from the internally generated revenue of universities in the country as an attack on the university system. The federal government, in a letter dated October 17, 2023, entitled Implementation of 40% Automatic Deduction from Internally Generated Revenue of Partially Funded Federal Government Institution, said it will begin the deduction with effect from November 2023. The letter signed by the Accountant General of the Federation, Mrs. Oluwatoyin Madeyin, Director of Revenue and Investment, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation, Felix Oriofe Ogundairo, also said the auto deduction policy of gross IGR was in line with the finance circular with reference number dated December 2021. All right, that is it. And before I go ahead, I want to apologize for my voice. I think I'm having a coarse voice as a result of illness. Please bear with me. Now to the second story that I have here. Newly appointed Rec Etekemba Umoren waves APC broom, chants party slogan at political rally. Okay, 5 years later, President Bola Tinubu defied the constitution to appoint him a resident electoral commissioner of the Electoral Commission, INEC. In August 2018, Etekemba Umoren, now appointed a resident electoral commission from Akwa Ibom State, underwent what could best be described as an induction into the ruling All Progressive Congress, video evidence confirming his strong tie to the ruling party and open partisanship has shown. The event was overseen by the current Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, who was then the Senate Minority Leader. And during the rally in Akwa Ibom State, Mr. Akpabio welcomed Mr. Umoren and other members of the State Executive Council of Udom Emmanuel, who were defecting to the APC, in a show of loyalty to their principal, Mr. Akpabio. And that's all I can read from the story. Peter Nsike will still analyze it for us. Then the third I have here is the truths about presidential yachts and Nigerian president, coming from ex-presidential spokesman Iman Niboro. Iman Niboro, who is a former presidential spokesman, has dismissed what he labeled as a Rashid 2010 report detailing how former Nigerian President Goodluck Jonathan rejected a presidential yacht from the Navy and directed them to use the funds to refurbish their aging fleet. In a statement issued on Saturday, Niboro pointed out that this was a news report published in 2010 by Nigerian newspaper Daily Trust, and asked why he's been dredged up so many years after and being angled as a comparison between Jonathan and President Bola Tinubu. Niboro stated that the issue came up under President Olusegun Obasanjo, who rejected it and reportedly directed the Navy to convert it to a special purpose gunboat. Niboro said that under Jonathan, the issue came up again and the president rejected it, directing the Navy to seek a vehement from the National Assembly and use the 3.3 billion naira budget to rebuild its fleet. Niboro also said there was no basis for comparison between Tinubu and Jonathan on this issue because both men, like Obasanjo before them, rejected the presidential yacht. I think it is time to ask the people at the Navy, to desist from this issue of presidential yacht, which somehow has come up to embarrass successive presidents. Yesterday it was Jonathan, and I recall how much effort we had to put in to distance the president from it 13 years ago. Today, the president's media team is once again working frenetically to distance the current president from it. Someone at the Navy needs to take a look at this issue of presidential yacht that no president wants, but which rears up to embarrass successive administration. This is coming from ex-presidential spokesman Ijeoma Egwuatu. Now to the fourth story I have here. Northern youth blast Tinubu over lopsided appointment, says he is the greatest in 1960. Afio noted that Tinubu has taken the bar of lopsided appointments a notch higher than that of his predecessor Muhammadu Buhari. He argued that Buhari created a lopsided appointment gap of 80-20 for the North and the South during his administration. That's 80 for the North and 20 for the South during his administration. He urged Tinubu to bridge the wide gap as the country must not continue in this great error. In his words, I quote, "Since independence, when you look at the appointment by Tafawa Balewa, you will agree with me that it was 40-60, North, South, and subsequent appointment by General Yakubu Gowon was trying to narrow the gap. And even in the democratic setting in 1999 under the leadership of President Olusegun Obasanjo, that's why I always say he is my father, because he has a nationalistic thinking. But Buhari came in and created the gap to be 20-80, and even the Northerners that were saying that Buhari appointments were not Northerners per se, there were a few cliques. The North itself did not benefit from it, but we are now seeing the appointments by President Tinubu are tilting towards the Southwest. He narrowed the gap that Buhari created, but the gap he is creating now is also widening. I would say Northerners do not have the right to complain that the appointments or placements are lopsided. We don't have the right to complain. But as an advanced citizen, I ask, can we continue like this? If we get an Igbo president, he will appoint Igbos. Where are we going as a nation? So there is need for us to balance it, he added. All right, the other story, poverty not a shameful thing for Nigerians. The President Bola Ahmed Tinubu tasked members of his cabinet and other top management staff of the civil service to work together, change the narrative of Nigeria and bring economic prosperity to the country. Tinubu was seen quoting, saying, "Since we are one family and one nation and we are in this vehicle together to change the narrative and bring about economic prosperity of our country, are we ready? Poverty is not a shameful thing, but it is not just acceptable. If you check your history, there's a trace of poverty in it, but we should find a way to dig ourselves out of it. So it is left for us, for you and me, to navigate this ship out of poverty. We have a lot of work ahead of us." All right, that's coming from our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. And last but not the least, the statement is coming from Labour Party presidential candidate Peter Obi. Tinubu government totally uncaring. The presidential candidate of the Labour Party in the February 25, 2023 election, Peter Obi has described the current government of the ruling All Progressive Congress as totally uncaring. Responding to a journalist's question at his Globe press conference on Monday on the controversial supplementary budget presented to the National Assembly by the Tinubu administration, Obi said that channeling supplementary budget to individual elites needs rather than the welfare of the people is the height. Okay, let me take that again. Said that channeling supplementary budget to individual elite needs rather than the welfare of the people is the height of insensitivity. Supplementary budget is a budget meant for very important national welfare needs of the people that are not captured originally in the main budget or does not have adequate funding. For example, Nigeria today, we read recently from the United Nations and World Food Organization that up to 6.5 million Nigerians will go hungry next year. Of this number, largely from Sokoto, Adamawa, Borno, Yobe, and Zamfara states. Children are the most vulnerable to food insecurity. There is a serious risk of mortality among children attributed to acute malnutrition. All right. He also said that it is with serious issue of this nature of national importance that we can go for a supplementary budget. All right, that's it from the stories we have for the week for you. All right, I'll be handing the mic over to Peter Anosike to do justice with the stories one after the other. Welcome on board, Peter Anosike.
Yeah, thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, what's the first issue?
The first story that we have here is ASU Vice Chancellor's fault federal government demand for 40% IGR.
So, what we are having now is a kind of tax economy. That's tax anything taxable, whether it is bringing revenue or not. Tax anything, everything must be taxed. Understand? And no economy can grow this way. Taxing everything taxable. For you, how revenue, for you to tax somebody or an institution, it is from the surplus, not from the capital. Understand? We know that why, if you check where our universities in the country, the grade of university in the country, the best of them should be around 1,700 in the world. The best is only about 4 or 5 universities in the country that made up about 2,000 among 2,000 best universities in the world. And the best of them are in number 1,700 and something. And the main reason is because our universities are not being well funded. The universities in the country are not well funded. That's the reason why Western world don't value our certificates, because they feel that we are not doing enough research. Understand? So, since these universities are not well funded, now the federal government now wants to start taxing them of 40% of the IGR. From where? Where are universities getting money to be given to the federal government?
Maybe they are doing buying and selling.
Are there crude oil in the universities? So what they want to do is to cripple the universities in the country, because their own children are all studying abroad. Where on earth are government charging their universities 40% of their IGR? Why they don't even have enough for research, sabbatical, and so on and so forth? So this the tax economy that was run between 1999 and 2007 is what is being replicated 20 years after, and it's not going to take us to anywhere. And then with the universities, federal government should instead of taxing them, federal government should be funding them. They need money from the federal government, not federal government getting money from them. Understand? Because if they succeed in the universities now, they might come down to secondary school, even primary school, which means primary schools pupils will also be giving IGRs to federal government. Secondary school students will also be given money, IGR, because the only way we can generate money is tax. It's shameful. Very, very shameful. So for me, the idea of taxing federal universities taking 40% of their IGR is a wrong one. It is going to cripple the institutions. It's going to cripple research. Understand? It's going to cripple quality education. And it's going to make our universities worse than it is at the moment. Universities are not revenue generating organizations. Understand? Universities are not revenue generating organizations. They are not companies that are in the stock market and they quote profit and loss. Where are they generating that revenue that federal government want to be taking 40%? Which university in the country is generating enough for government to be taking 40%? So for me, I don't know, I don't really know all these ministers. I don't know who is the Minister of Education, but whoever advised him, that assuming that it comes from him, or the tax, whoever is saying that doesn't know what he's doing. He doesn't know the implication of what he is doing. He's just trying to cripple the universities. Our universities are already bad. That is why our certificates are not valued abroad. One day I interviewed, when I was in the Sun newspaper, I interviewed an MD of a bank. I don't want to mention the bank, but the MD told me that they don't take Nigerian graduates.
Why?
That's what he told me. That they don't employ Nigerian graduates, an MD of a bank in Nigeria. And if you check, when it takes 7 years to finish a 4 years course, what do you expect? A course of 4 years, you do it for 7-8 years. Understand? You start 6 months, and you go on a 1 year strike, come back, do 6 months. Your brain, you are losing a lot of things. Understand me? So you are losing a lot of things. So the MD told me that they don't employ graduates from Nigeria because of our educational system. And if they begin to tax them of their 40% IGR, it's going to make matters worse. So they shouldn't go there at all. They must not try that. That's my position.
Okay. Let's go to the second story. Calls are still coming in, but you just have to wait. Let's do this analysis before you can call into the show. The second one is coming from ex-presidential spokesman Ijeoma Egwuatu. The truth about presidential yachts and Nigerian presidents.
Well, the issue is this. This yacht has been a recurring decimal it has always been there. But all the presidents have been shutting it down. Under Obasanjo, that issue came up. Most people don't know what a yacht is. It takes 2.5 years to build one.
That's a lot.
It takes 2.5 years to build one because a yacht can contain a table tennis court, not tennis court. Understand? So it's just for luxury. It is just for luxury. President and his foreign partners can go there and hold meeting, can even play games. So a yacht is just for luxury. Understand? But that is not what we need at the moment. But it had never been so strong up till now when the governor of, when the senator representing Borno, Ndume, said that it has already been procured. What they are now waiting for is payment. The thing become popular now or in the news because it was allowed. Other President Obasanjo, he just gave them order, I don't want it. So that was why nobody heard much about it under Obasanjo. Jonathan said the same thing. Nigerians are going through hardship. I don't need a yacht at the moment. Understand? So this thing has been there. They have been marketing it. Understand me?
So what's the benefit to Nigerians or to the president? Has there any benefit? Why market it?
The owners have this thing has been there. So every new administration, they'll come and try if the president will accept it. So it has been there right from Obasanjo. So it is not as if it was brought from anywhere just 2-3 days ago.
But didn't our president know that other his predecessors rejected it? Is he not aware that they rejected it?
Well, if he may say that they may have their reasons for rejecting it, which might not be his own reason. Understand? Which might not be his own reason. So, but the yacht have been there, and every new administration they will bring it to market to see if it will be bought. But in a country where we have 133 million people in multidimensional poverty, where we have people going to bed without food, it is wrong, very, very wrong. Even the 160 million for SUV is wrong. On that unknown presidential yacht. So we shouldn't go there at all. We should not go there at all. We don't need it, and I don't think if Nigeria will need it in the next 50 years.
Of course, we don't need it. All right, the other one, Northern Youth blasting over lopsided appointment, says he is the greatest since 1960. How do you react?
Well, I don't have the indices to know whether it is the greatest. Okay. But they said that Buhari did 80-20. 80 for the north,
and 20
for the south. Understand? And mind you, we have in the 1976 Constitution of Nigeria, we have what is known as federal character. Federal Character Commission was set up to ensure that there will be no monopolization of any agency, company, or institution by a particular group of people. This is what our federal character said. This is in the Constitution of 1989 and 1999, that there must be no dominance of a particular group of people, either Hausa, Yoruba, Igbo, Efik, in any agency or government institution. So it is a constitutional affair. But you have heard what they said, that Buhari did 80-20. That's 80 for the north and 20 for the south. In a federal country where there are more than 320 ethnic nationalities, you are doing 80, understand, for the north and 20 for the south. But I can understand Buhari's own. Buhari did not build bridge across the country. Understand? He's a private person. You cannot compare Buhari to Tinubu or to Atiku. Understand? Atiku is a nationalist. Tinubu is a nationalist. So they are supposed to do better than Buhari. I was here saying about 34 months ago that if you declare Atiku president, within 24 hours, he can appoint his 36 ministers. Because he has traversed the length and breadth of the country. He knows the nooks and crannies of this country and know who is doing what. But Buhari is not that kind of a person. Buhari may not live Castina in a whole year. Understand me? So he don't have enough friends or enough people to appoint. That is why he kept people there for 8 years, even when they are performing woefully. Understand? Buhari kept ministers for 8 years. The longest in this country. Understand me? Because he doesn't know people to appoint. He did not socialize. Understand me? But you cannot compare him to Tinubu, who has been traversing the length and breadth of the country. Understand? So, but Tinubu said that he's going to continue from where Buhari stopped. Understand? And he really continued. Understand? And he really continued. So nobody should shed tears at all about the way the appointment is going. Even Asari Dakobo complained of the appointment because he too has hoped that to get something. After insulting the Igbos, understand? Insulting the Nigerian army. So he felt that he has entered the good book of Tinubu,
yes,
and therefore deserve an appointment. So when he waited for 6 months and nothing come, he began to shout. Understand? So the same way, the issue is this. In America, Indians are heading a lot of companies. Indians are CEOs of some of the biggest companies in the United States. Because in America, they don't care where you come from. All they care is, can you deliver? Can you deliver what is expected of you? Whether you are a Nigerian, from China, from India, from Taiwan, they don't care. And that's what makes a country to move forward. Understand me? This is what makes a country to move forward. Appointing people based on their competencies and not based on where they came from.
Or even relationship.
Understand me? And because if you appoint somebody based on ethnic group, the person will develop entitlement mentality. It's our own turn, therefore let us chop. Understand me? It is our own turn, let us chop. That's entitlement mentality. But if you appoint somebody based on merit, the person will do what is expected of him. Understand me? The person will do what is expected of him. So saying that Tinubu's appointment is the worst since 1960, I don't have the parameter to measure that.
But I want to ask, has presidents, including the past ones, been making appointments based on who is qualified and not based on ethnic group?
They have not been obeying that federal character. Understand me? They have not been obeying that federal character. I know that under Obasanjo appointed Okonjo Iweala, who is an Igbo person, Minister of Finance. Understand? Jonathan, who is from South, made Okonjo Iweala the coordinating minister, which is like in a parliamentary system. That's the prime minister. And they are not from the same geopolitical zone. But Buhari came and lowered the standard. Understand? Even appointed people, just like the Minister of Education under Buhari, Adamu, who said that he did not know anything about education and he was appointed Minister of Education. Understand me? That he did not know anything about education and he was appointed Minister of Education.
And that sector of the economy will definitely suffer.
And he suffered now. He was there for 8 years. Understand me? He was there for 8, because the truth is, idea must come from the top, not from below.
Not from below.
Understand me? And when you appoint somebody who doesn't have capacity at the top, things will rot, things will go down. Understand me?
But while he was there, are there policies he made? Are there things he made that actually brought?
He told you that he did not know about education. So what do you expect? It's to be receiving his salaries for 8 years. Understand?
This is laughable, honestly.
So it's a shame.
All right. I think we're going now to the speech made by Bola Ahmed Tinubu, our president. Poverty not a shameful thing for Nigerians. How do you react?
Well, for Nigeria, that is one of the most blessed country in the world, poverty should be a shameful thing. There's no country in the world that is as blessed as Nigeria. The only country that I can compare with Nigeria is Congo Republic. That in terms of natural resources, that's mineral resources. But Nigeria, we have two things going with us: human and natural resources. human and natural resources. But we are unable to exploit these things. Understand? So for lacking that capacity, Nigeria is not supposed to be a poor country.
Yeah.
So poverty should be a shameful thing to Nigerians. Understand?
Yes.
Poverty that you are starving in the midst of this
Plenty.
is a cause. It's something to be worried about. Understand? It's something to be that we have things that can make us rich and they are rotting away because of biases, sentiments, and so on and so forth. It's something to be worried about. So for me, poverty should be a shameful thing to Nigerians.
Not just like the president said that it shouldn't be shameful.
Poverty, that is shameful that with all that we have in the country that we are still poor. Because there's no state in Nigeria that doesn't have the natural resources to make it viable. No state. Understand? No state in Nigeria that cannot feed themselves. But it started by our constitution. Understand? Which put mineral resources under the exclusive list of the president. So just like in Enugu, the cone is there for the government of Enugu to generate energy, but they don't have a right over it. And it's because of our constitution that other countries are now illegally mining gold in Zamfara. Because the Zamfara government don't have a right over it, and federal government don't want to go there. So other countries are now mining illegally, taking what belongs to us because we don't have the capacity to take care of what belongs to us. Okay, let me give you an example of Nevada. Nevada in the United States. Nevada is a desert region in America. State of Nevada. They don't have oil. So what they did is, how can we sustain our economy? How do we develop? Since it is a desert, no mineral resources, they made it the world capital of casinos. That's where Las Vegas is. So when the oil guys in Texas sell their oil, they come to Nevada,
To play.
Las Vegas, and they enjoy their money.
Yes.
So Nevada have very tourist areas, big hotels, things are happening. Understand?
To generate revenue from
revenue.
recreational
Just like if you go to Bauchi, the topography of Bauchi is like that of Nevada. If you build solid hotels in Bauchi, put gaming centers in Bauchi, people in the Niger Delta cannot drink their oil.
No, they can't.
If they sell their oil, they'll go to Bauchi and spend the money there. Understand me?
Yeah.
If they sell their oil, they'll go to Bauchi and spend the money there. From there, Bauchi people will get part of that oil money, which they don't have in their state. So that's how it works. But you have to be sensible to know this. But our leaders don't know this. Understand me? Yeah.
All right. Let's go to the last but not the least. Tinubu government totally uncaring, coming from P2B.
Well, that was P2B's last press conference.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people are not happy about. But what P2B said was the truth, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
But why were people not happy? Were they seeing it coming from a place of bitterness or anger?
One, he said that the APC government is not caring.
Okay.
Because in the supplementary budget is when something is running short, you fill up.
Yes. Supplements.
So now in the supplementary budget, they have a budget of 2.7 billion whatever just to buy cars. just to buy cars. Understand? In a country where many people are going to bed without food, you are talking of the cars that to buy. In the supplementary budget, they have 8 billion to renovate the presidential lodge and vice presidential lodge in Lagos here. Understand me? 4 billion to renovate the presidential lodge. 4 billion to renovate the vice presidential lodge here. Understand me? They budgeted 1.7 billion naira to buy cars for the office of the first lady. So these are people who are insensitive. One, the office of the first lady is not recognized in our constitution. There's nothing like the office of the first lady in our constitution, and we are budgeting 1.7 billion to buy a cars for offices that is not recognized by our constitution. Understand? So ordinarily, this should be an impeachable offense. So, and that's why I will always be using P2B as a reference point. When P2B was a governor, Obasanjo wanted to go on a state visit to Anambra State. They said there's no presidential lodge in Anambra State, that P2B should build one. P2B asked them how much will it cost. They said 2.1 billion. P2B said what? To use 2.1 billion to build a house where the president will come and just stay 2 days and go. Understand? Instead, let the president come and stay in his own house. So he left his own house for Obasanjo and go and sleep somewhere else. So the time that Obasanjo came to Anambra State, he was in P2B's own house. And that money that would have been used to build that presidential lodge was now put into other things. That's how somebody should think. That's P2B for you, one. Then number two, when P2B was elected governor, he told his wife, there's nothing like first lady, that it was him that the people of Anambra voted for, not his wife. Therefore, his wife should continue her business as a wife. Understand me? So there was nothing like office of the first lady when P2B was a governor. So whatever money should have gone there was channeled into a different thing for development. And that's why P2B was able to, after ruling for 8 years, save 75 billion naira for Anambra people. Understand me? So P2B was right in saying that there was no, that the APC government is not caring. Because for me, that supplementary budget was budget of wastefulness. It was a wasteful budget. There's nothing there that can reduce the cost of food in the market. There was nothing there that will create employment. Understand me?
Of course.
So that's why I say that it is a wasteful budget. So P2B was right in saying that it wasn't a caring government. Yeah.
All right, thank you, Peter Anosike, for this conversation, for your well thought out analysis. Now we'll hand over the mic to the listeners so they can contribute to all the stories that we have shared with them. We have a good number of stories that we shared with you. Which one you want to react to in all of this? We have the number to call is 0700 903 903 903. 0700 903 903 903. You can also connect with us via the WhatsApp line on 0700 903 9039. Each of the stories that we shared with you tickle your fancy that you want to react to. Hello, good evening to you.
Good afternoon, my sister.
All right, my brother, how you doing?
Fine, I'm Nemeka the talk.
All right, Nemeka, go ahead.
All right. Ogana TK, good afternoon.
Well done, sir.
Yeah, you see, my brother. God bless you. My dear, I think all your topic goes into leadership problem. Because all your topic all head into leadership.
Yes.
So I want to deal with it the way I understand something.
Okay.
So listen, there's something that
I'm with you. Hello?
There's something.
Yes.
There's something I saw for American government their system, training their kids from infancy how to be a leader.
Yes.
And listening to those children, you see the concern of leadership in them, which is caring and love. Because a father in the house you can't leave your children hungry, and you went and borrow money and be buying a luxurious car and the luxurious boot. It's not as that. It's not sensitive thinking, my brothers. If you watch them, because you can't tell me the problem we're having here, they never solve them. But then they go buy all those things for people who never do any work for us to see. No policy they put for us. None of the policy have even solving our problem, even 10%. For them to demand all those expenses. I think what we are doing is we just borrow the money, waste it, and go and borrow another one and wait. Look at plenty production here in Nigeria, which inside agri, something like agriculture. Like Nigeria put money into agriculture, do you know many things we will be exporting outside to generate foreign currency? And these leaders, they are not putting money there, they are not putting investment, they are not putting money that way, they are not putting anything there. All they are putting is where they will buy car that will fly on top of bad road. Now, Baba want to leave us for grand now to go and lead us on top of it. Very soon now, they will talk about going to remove to the while the people on the ground are suffering, dying hungry every blessed day. Please, let them think like leaders. Let them be sensitive for once. Let them be sensitive for once and look around them and see how people are suffering. There is hardship and people now, 1 cup of rice now is 1,000. How many families can avoid that? How many families can take that and feed their children? And these people, they are there speaking English every day. They should be careful. Whoever brings monsters should never accept any good thing but destruction. That's why you see insecurity everywhere. That's why you see insecurity everywhere in the country. You are not putting anything that will shorten the problem of the masses. Later you are fighting them every day, living large life. Why you are telling the masses to tighten their belt? Now the way to tighten the belt self no day again. The way to tighten the belt no day anymore. And see, you people will never get to wear clothes that have any belt holder at all. It's painful. It's very, very painful. May God bless you, my sister.
Thank you so much, Nnemega. Thank you for your contribution. I think it's very painful. Growing up, Peter and Osike, I used to see rice as a very common food for everybody. But I don't think with the situation of things in Nigeria, it is like that.
It's certainly going to get worse because nothing is going to be done about it.
All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good afternoon, Mr. Osike.
Good afternoon.
It's Joe from Bariga.
All right, go ahead.
Mr. Osike, I've asked this question several times about this our lithium in Nasarawa and Wara. The Chinese people are mining individual. What's the problem? So is it that the federal government doesn't have power to man this lithium? Because it's a very expensive natural resource, $78,000 per cubic. So what is actually wrong in Nigeria? I've asked this question several times. The federal government doesn't have power to man their mineral resources. Thank you very much.
Well, the issue, the problem is our constitution, because what you're talking about is not under the control of Kwara and Nasarawa State. It's under, and the federal government is overburdened. Assuming that Kwara State has power over it, they will have been doing something over. So we need a new constitution.
All right. Hello, good evening to you. Hello. All right, go ahead.
So we need a new constitution that will give the component parts that's power over the minerals resources in their states.
Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
I'm John from Ocean.
All right, John, go ahead.
Yeah. See, like I used to say, I know very soon, very, very soon, something will happen. And by that time, they will know that truly, truly, people are angry and hungry. Everything, you know, they say a hungry man is an angry man.
Of course.
By the time, the thing, because why it has been that Nigerians are soft when things like this are happening is because they can still go about, get their food and eat. You know, people, when their belly is taken care of, there are things they don't talk of because they think that is the most important thing, some people. But now that it is going to start to affect everybody, you see what is going to happen. Very, very soon, they will see that we are very, very angry. Have you seen it? Let them be doing what they think they can do. But the thing that surprises me is this, as I want to ask. Is it that the elder statesmen are not seeing what is going on? I ask a question.
They are seeing, obviously, everyone is seeing it.
They are seeing and they can't do anything. Is it that this man that nobody can do anything? I have not seen this kind of a thing. A government that nobody can talk to, that nobody can give advice. What they like, they do. And if they are doing it, they say nobody will do anything. Anyway, I rest my case for now.
All right.
Let them continue doing what they are doing.
Right. Thank you, John. Thank you, John, for resting your case. John is asking if the elder statesmen are not seeing what's happening.
Well, for me, pick your call.
Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, my sister, and my greetings to Peter Nosike.
Is it Monday?
Monday from Agege.
All right, Monday, go ahead.
I want to comment on what Peter Nosike said concerning religion on this our country. You see, the Christianity that the white men bring, they are not using it. They will carrying it for head and using it to be cheating ourselves. We are cheating ourselves and we are not seeing the suffering. The white men will give us money to help the less privileged. Where is all the money? And we still carry our own poor money and be going to an offering, staying for church morning till night. Sometimes I don't blame the government. I don't blame the government. I'm telling you honestly, because we are blind walking. Honestly, we are blind walking because all our intention is to put our mind in man of God and in spirituality. And even the outsiders country does not participate on it because they know the law and they know the love. We don't have love. We don't have love. That's why the suffering is too much. Now, the president tells us that subsidy is gone, and if the subsidy is gone, he will do something about this thing. Now, this Xmas, everybody is mourning and crying. It's like this one is the worst tenor of my own seeing. Because of since when they want to bring this something down, is making the problem going higher and higher and higher. Something needs to be done, because the Christianity of the religion, churches are eating people money. It's not like that in Islamic. Now, even if you go to a mosque now, they are putting offering in mosque. Is it how it is before? You know, this is not how it was before. I can arrest my case for a year because this thing is getting out of hand.
Right.
They need to sanction all the pastors. Thank you very much.
All right, Monday. Thank you so much for resting your case. Thank you so much. Our phone lines are still open. 0700 903 903 903.
So we are talking about if the elder statesmen know what people are feeling.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. Hello. Good evening to you.
Hello, good evening, madam.
Good evening, sir. Please tell us.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Nosike.
Good evening.
I'm happy with your analysis in everything you are saying. I've been following.
All right, please tell us your name and location.
I'm Godwin Ogu from Aboru.
All right, Godwin, adjust the audio of your radio so we can have a smooth conversation.
I'm not even in the place. Then let me just adjust it. All right.
All right. Sorry. Please, when you want to call us, make sure you adjust the audio of your radio in such a way that it doesn't interfere with the conversation. Thank you so much.
So we are talking about if the elder statesmen, so-called elder statesmen, know what the masses are going through.
All right. Sorry. Hello. Good evening to you. Hello. Go ahead.
So I remember under Obasanjo, the Minister of Housing then, she's a woman from Ondo. Understand?
Yes.
So Obasanjo was talking about building houses for the poor, for the poor. I was the Sun newspaper property correspondent then. So one day the woman.
Sorry, please. Sorry. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, madam. And good evening to you all.
Yeah, good evening.
What I'm trying to contribute to add to what Mr. Anatika said about it will be, is a man of deep military, a man of economics, a man of sensitive. I remember when he was governor of Anambra, when he wanted to make travel or tour with his entourage, with 50 cars, or more than that, and more than many people. One day he got them together. How many cars are we using? It's about 50 or something. And check the fuel that vehicle. And check the allowances for each and every one of them. He called them on emergency meetings. Say from now to there, he will use only 5 cars, either 7 or 5 cars. And he will fight them. You see how he curtails something. Like what Mr. Nosike said. Very reasonable. Like what the last speaker spoke. How can you keep from hunger and went and borrow money to buy a lottery car for yourself, keeping your family into debt? Is it wise? It's not good. Let them think twice. At least they have brothers, sisters, fathers or elders within the whole Nigerian ethnic group. Honestly, what we are suffering is caused by ourselves. If we unite together and sit down, like what Mr. Anatika said, honestly, Nigeria is well blessed. Well blessed. You have no comparison to the whole world. Please, what I'm trying to plead to each and every one of you, if there's any way to organize together, say please, let's follow things in this way. It will be good. Honestly, I think all these Western worlds will be afraid of us. These people, they are wiser than us now. and they are growing on them. God bless all of you.
All right, you too. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
Okay, so they were advertising houses for the poor. So then, as I said, I was the Sun newspaper property correspondent. So they called us for a press conference.
Can we take this call?
Okay,
please.
you can take the call.
Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. Okay, good evening.
Good evening.
Please tell us your name.
Good evening. Yeah. Alex, I'm calling from my team.
All right, go ahead.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you clearly. Go ahead.
Please, my own stake is this, what I want to contribute. What I want to contribute is this. There's an analysis he made. He said Nigeria is the richest country on earth in terms of human and mineral resources, which is true. I have traveled. Like there's a country he called, one African country, Congo, Kinshasa. I have been there. And there's a state they call Lumbashi, Katanga. I have been there also. That state alone is very rich in terms of mineral resources. What is happening here in Nigeria is happening there also. Why African leaders are behaving like this? I don't know why. Look at the country. Mess up everywhere. Like recently, I went to Botswana. The government there is well organized. Even Rwanda, they are well organized, far better than Nigeria. Country of Nigeria was far better than before. But today, look at what is happening there. In fact, it's so unbearable in this country. Things are so unbearable. This present administration, they don't even care about us. They don't even care about Nigerians. What we are passing through. Look at the dollar exchange rate. Look at the dollar exchange rate. Naira now is the worst currency in Africa. Under 6 months of this government. Is it good? And they don't care about it. What they are doing to the citizen. That is the only country you can compare with Nigeria in terms of mineral resources. I have been there. What he said is true. They have about 60 to 40 something mineral resources in their country there. Especially that state they call Lumbashi, Katanga. When I went there, I couldn't believe it. 2015, I was there. I am telling you. They are so rich. But what is happening there is what is happening here also. Our leaders are very bad. African. The only country I see in Africa that is good, Botswana and Rwanda. That is where you can see the government is good. But all other African countries, zero. And they are they're just oppressing their citizens. It's very bad. It's quite unfortunate we find ourselves in this kind of situation. The worst, look at the Naira now. Naira is nothing to talk about. I went to the market with 50,000 Naira. I bought only 2 items. 2 items. I was shocked. Look at the cost of living, very high. And some people are jubilating, clapping for this government. They are doing well. I don't know if they have their own market they are going, or if they have their own APC market they are buying things. I don't know. So that's my own contribution.
All right, thank you so much, Alex.
In fact, so it's so unbearable. These are really getting out of hand. If you continue like this here, no. Okay.
We all understand ourselves.
Mr. Nosike, please, I would like to have your number, please. There is something I heard that the market they are building in Enugu. Please, I would like to have your number.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Nosike.
All right,
okay,
hear
yeah.
you.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
So the Botswana that they are talking about is being run like a communist country. Understand me? I've been there myself. Okay. And the day I went to Botswana, I went to the bank to withdraw money. So at my back, the president of Botswana was queuing up with other people. Understand me? The president of Botswana was queuing with...
Unlike what you can see here.
Here, can the chairman of a local government queue up? I said the president of the country was queuing up with other people to go into the bank. It's a quiet country. As I say, it's being run like a communist state.
Yes.
So the state provides most of the resources to their citizens. So all the noise that you hear in South Africa, you don't hear it in Botswana.
That's an organized society.
An organized society, just quiet, everything moving normal. So Botswana is opposite of South Africa. Understand? A very quiet, well-run country. The resources that they are producing are being shared within. So nobody's making noise, no agitation, no anything. Wow. Everybody's living equally in Botswana. Understand?
That's how it should be. All right, let's take this call. Hello, good evening to you. Good evening to you.
Good evening.
All right, please tell us your name and location.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
You're a wonderful man, I beg. I like your narrative very well. I'm calling from Okwafu Aziz, Badagry side.
Okay.
See, this government, all of us have already known their mission. They are not here to help us. That is exactly it. We remember what Buhari said when he was about to leave office. He said, when I leave this office, you people now will remember me when I might have left. And that's what exactly, because you know that whom is succeeding him is even, I don't know how to compare him, because when you look at the policies, whatever they do, they don't care about people. Look at hunger everywhere. Every people keep on calling you, begging for one thing or the other. Look at how they share money. Okay, the wife told us that we are not here to take Nigerian money. We have money already, but look at, you buy this one. If you come to your house here now, a compound here, in this Lagos here, you can't fool it that if they are selling cars. Then what are you doing with all this online? Buy all these things now. People are here suffering. People now cannot eat 2 times daily. No policy. So this one, some are telling us that it's just some moves now that we should calm down, but we are not seeing anything that shows that maybe in future time, that this is what they are trying to do. So I don't know. We are finished. Before this man will finish this first tenor. But certainly now, he must enter second one. That is the Nigerian team. So I don't know. Before then, I don't know who will survive. So that's my own decision. We are just praying that God will help us.
All right, definitely He will help us. Thank you so much. All right, let's quickly go to the WhatsApp messages because we have some messages lined up for us. Okay. Good evening, BB, and our guest in the studio, Peter Nosike. Peter Obi has said it all in his speech earlier this week. If truly this administration has the interest of the populace at heart, they wouldn't be thinking of all those insensitive expenditures and bogus lifestyle of running a government. Nigerians deserve good leaders who will put the plight of the populace first before their own selfish interests. Government should be a call to service and not to enslave the populace, nor enrich themselves in the cause to serve. Nigerians deserve the best from our leaders because we are so blessed and endowed by God Most High. This is coming from Emmanuel Chijioke from Ikotu. Okay, good evening. I'm taking one, I'm not taking all. Good evening, crew. In the midst of abject poverty that the previous and this government has put Nigerians into, that they labeled us the capital poverty of the world, they are buying cars and yachts, renovations of existing buildings with billions for their cruise and enjoyment, spending money like prodigal children, while they turn the people almajiris and beggars. We have the highest IDPs in the world when we are not at war. It's all because of their wrong policies and governance. 40 farmers killed because of insecurity. No refinery, no good road, no agriculture and industries, high school fees, inflation and economic disaster. They turn to government of waste by waste and for waste. It's a shame that the worst of us is ruling the best of us. INEC and judiciary as Nigerians in this nightmare. We must deliver ourselves from this taskmaster. Dayo from Faba. All right, that's all we can take from the WhatsApp messages. You can still reach us via our WhatsApp line or the voice call 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell us your name and location.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my name is Kingsley. I'm calling from Alimosho.
All right, Kingsley, go ahead.
Yeah, Mr. Nosik, I greet you, sir.
Thank you so much.
Oh yeah, You know, my sister, when you check, something you did not suffer to get, at times you can misuse it. You can do with it anyhow you want because you did not suffer to get it. The president here of Nigeria know that he didn't suffer to get it, but he wasn't the one that won the election. That's why he's now doing anyhow, suffering Nigerians. And again, the truth of the matter is that never you in your life maybe try to do something with a drug addict. He will definitely disappoint you. So that is my own take.
All right, thank you so much.
Okay. For me, whoever is ruling.
All right, sorry. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, my sister. Good evening.
Good evening. How you doing?
I don't want my day. Oh, God bless you, my
You
sister.
You too. Tell us your name and location.
Okay, I'm Samuel. I'm calling from Mojo.
All right, Samuel. Go ahead.
Mr. Mosike, my God will bless you. You are my mentor. One day on my radio and I hear your program. Since that I've been flowing up till today. You're a mentor indeed. And my God will bless you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. I know that enemies around are not happy of this truth you are telling us. But my prayer for you that God will protect you. And no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Any day the threat will come to that station, the Lord will protect you and put confusion in your life. You will continue saying the truth until the world hear your voice and deliver us from this problem. Now let me move fast because of time. Number one, I want to tell Nigerians one thing. At my age, I believe in my God, and I know one day this God that people think is not answering prayer, he doesn't do anything. We come to Nigeria and rescue the poor people and masses. They think they want their own power, they can control the whole world, nobody can talk to them, they can buy whatever they want to buy. 8 years they will come, turn down and hand over to somebody else. But one day, God don't know this world will rescue people of Nigeria. Then the second one I want to comment on is one of the callers that call. I don't like challenging callers, but I want to make some correction. He said that religious people are a problem, mostly churches, tithe and offering. Thank God I'm a Christian by God's grace. I have never seen any church or hear about church who use gun and weapon to take offering and the tithe from their members. Anyone that give offering in the church, give it willingly, nobody force. So my brother, if you're still hearing my voice, please, I know that some pastors that are evil, and don't use them to condemn all pastors. That is still original pastors and people who do things normal. Offering and tithe and seed sowing is not the sin and it's not bad. So don't say it's our problem and we should stop giving tithes, we stop giving taxes and that is not good. Whatever somebody don't know, let's know God outside. The Bible permits us to give tithes and offer. Our problem is government. Believe me, our leaders, if they do well today, religious people will sit up and do what they're supposed to do. So that's how I want to say, my brother. God bless you.
Bless you too. Thank you so much. Let's go to the WhatsApp call now. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, hello.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, sister. Thank you for the wonderful show and greetings to Mr. Anosike also.
Thank you so much.
There's a brother now who is challenging some.
Sorry, let's get to meet you. Your name and location, please.
Okay, my name is Daniel. I'm calling from Stockholm, Sweden.
All right, Daniel, go ahead.
Yeah, so there's somebody who just called. I didn't want to call. I was just, it was enough for me to be listening because it was very nice. But when somebody talk about these churches and what they do, how they take money, you will see these pastors they will call and start challenging it. He said they don't use gun. They don't force people. But he forget that something they call hypnotism. You hypnotize people, put them into fear. And that is why, in fact, to me, they are after the politicians, the next people destroying Nigeria are the churches. Those days, you go to church on Sunday. On Monday, you face your job. Nowadays, they have church on Monday, they have church on Tuesday, they have worship on Wednesday. Every day you are in the church. To end the matter, I went to one church one time. The pastor was telling us any job we have that stops us from coming to church, that he just said something bad about it. So let us make things clear. Let us know our problem in Nigeria. Nigeria is not only the politicians destroying us. There's a lot of things destroying Nigeria. And I wish Peter Obi was able to enter, because I know that man would have changed so many things with Alhaji Dati. Those two combinations would have healed Nigeria. And I still wish something happened in that country to bring us back to where we used to be. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, Peter Nusike. Sorry. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. You?
Fine, thank you. All right, let's get to meet you.
Well done. This is Deborah from Ijeoma.
All right, Deborah.
I call to tell Mr. Nusike, well done.
Thank you
My
so
God
much.
that I serve will protect him. He will live to testify the goodness of this country. This country is going to be good. Our God, as we are crying today, our God will hear our cry. As he heard the cry of the Israelites in the days of our fathers, he will hear our cry. By the grace of Almighty, God will rescue his children. My brother, Mr. Nusike, well done, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well done, sir. I feel everything that you are saying. I am feeling it. I am short. I am short of words. So God will empower you. He will increase your power. He will give you more knowledge, understanding, and moreover, protection. He will protect you. No evil that will befall you.
Amen.
And this station, God will empower this station and protect this station. No evil will befall this station. You people will grow and grow and grow. You will not come down.
Amen.
I pray this and it will come to pass as a mother. Thank
Amen.
you very much.
Thank you so much,
for
ma'am.
taking my calls. Thank you very much, my darling. You are doing so well.
Thank you so much, ma.
Bye, darling. Bye,
Thank
darling.
you. All right. I like the sound of that. Anyways, let's still take some more calls. Hello. Good evening to you.
Oh, yeah. Good evening, my sister. How are you?
Fine, thank you. And you?
I'm great.
All right.
Yes, thank you. I greet all VOP staffs. You are doing a great job.
Thank you, sir.
And I greet my brother. You're welcome. And I greet my brother, Anosike. May God continue be with you and protect you and your family. And my greetings go to my darling too. Two of you are making me proud. Look, let me say something. You see, the situation of Nigeria, these politicians, I think they are in a club or one society. Why do I say that? Southwest, Southeast, South, who are the people ruling us there? They are ruling us by our people, not Fulani. If these people really love us, they are receiving allocation from the federal. Why not provide what we need for us? Whatever they do, maybe infrastructure, if they do it to people, nobody will challenge them. Look, in US here, I'm not after presidential election. My concern is my governors and my local chairman, which we call them mayor. They are the people who closest to me. No matter how any situation, I make sure I vote in their election. Our people, if they really love us, let them give us infrastructure. Look, nowadays, nobody talk about water. We're only talking about light. Let them give us light. Let them give us good road, security, and good education for our children. If this man really love us, I mean Tinubu, if he really love us and he want us to follow him or to praise him, he could have not signed this supplementary budget. He could have rejected all those things they brought to him. I'm a Yoruba man. I don't support him, but if he do that, I will turn. I will support him. I'm a loving Nigeria. 5 years ago, I turned my back. I even telling my kids that if Nigeria need a blood of human being to make sacrifice for Nigeria, I would donate myself. But now, even though one of my hair, I cannot provide it for Nigeria for any sacrification. Our people are the people who are punishing us, my sister. Look at the election going on. I've been watching TV since morning. 9 o'clock, 9 a.m. people have been packing their things, their INEC. There's no way Nigeria can be moved on. No way. God bless you, my sister. God bless Hanosike. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Yeah, thank you so much.
All right. He said he would have sacrificed, but now he's no longer interested.
That was 5 years ago. Chinua Achebe said there was a country. So he would have sacrificed for that country.
But now.
Not this country now.
Hello, good evening to you.
Evening.
How you doing?
I'm okay.
All right.
Good day, Mr. Anosike.
Yeah, thank you.
Please, let's get to meet you, your name and location, please.
My name is Okechukwu Israel.
Okay, go ahead.
I'm calling from Oshodi here.
Okay.
So, Mr. Anosike, you're a prophet. You remember last Saturday, you told us that by Saturday today, we know the value of Naira and dollar. Now, it is exactly the same thing you said, sir. I continue to uphold your analysis. They are very objective and good for the nation. Thank you, sir. God bless you.
Yeah, thank you so much.
You too. All right, now to the WhatsApp messages. Good evening, crew. Escaping lion must be more wicked than his master. Buhari was so much nepotistic, tribalistic. Now, Tinubu has added choking task to impoverish Nigeria. No name, no location. Hello, good evening to you.
Good evening.
How you doing?
I am Upman. I'm doing well.
All right, please adjust the audio of your radio so we can have a smooth conversation.
Okay, that's all right. God bless you all.
You too.
Thank you for making this VOP available for us to air our view. My talk is on the supplementary budget.
Okay.
Yeah. And I've told some people that the target of this administration is on the treasury. As they did in Lagos, the whole treasury go to one purse and they share it to their people. Now, I know this issue of dollarization of election process started from primary. It was dollar they shared. And they continue sharing that dollar, bribing everybody with dollar till Supreme Court. Now they want to recover it. 4 billion budget for renovation of a house. That will go to bottle of renovation. Even as bad as our Naira is, 4 billion can still bring a big mansion. Now, another 4 billion for Vice President. Tinubu will just sell one of the mansions in Lagos to him as his own share of what are you renovating? See their lifestyle, see everything they are doing. There's nothing for the masses, and that is what they do. The type of election we are having now is heartbreaking. It's Daburo politics everywhere. Look at the election in Imo and Kogi. Is there anything? And somebody in Baeza is telling them, chase them to the sea. Let them die. They are not the first person to die. And nobody has called that man to question him. Why talking like that during election campaign is sad. Because the head is rotten. So all the body parts and the sensory organs are completely rotten, cannot work. It's unfortunate, but just as one caller said, God will surely and certainly come to the rescue of Nigeria. God bless you.
You too, my brother. Thank you so much.
Well, it's a pity for me. I said some time ago that nobody should believe INEC. Any candidate that is not of APC that is believing what INEC is saying is deceiving him or herself. I know that INEC cannot deliver free, fair, credible election. And I made it clear that this Saturday election will not be credible. And that's exactly what is going on in different parts of the states at the moment.
All right. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening to you. Please, let's get to meet you, your name and location.
This is Chooks from Gutabeka.
All right, Chooks, go ahead.
I'm very grateful for the Ano Sike. God bless you. God guide you.
Adjust the audio of your radio, please.
God guide you and your family. Madam, greetings to you.
Greetings to you, sir. Please touch your radio now. I beg, small.
There is a country where...
Please, when you call us, adjust the audio of your radio. It interferes with the conversation, so we can hear you clearly. Please, so that I don't keep shouting, adjust. All right? Let's get to hear you. Hello. Good evening to you.
My sister, sorry for disturbing. I'm Nemeka, they call
all right,
you, please.
Nemeka, go ahead.
Yeah, there's something they talk about church and religion issue.
Yes.
Let me tell you, my sister, the problem we have in the country is these two children. One is a politician called the so-called lawmaker. The other one is the religious leader. These two children are the problem of this country. They have been disgracing mother Nigeria for too long by not telling us the truth. By not telling us the truth, somebody will steal Nigeria money.
Hello, Nemeka.
Somebody will take Nigeria money. Pastor will be praying for him. Is it a good thing?
It's not.
Most people don't defend these pastor people because they have lied to us for too long. Tell us to keep praying, building churches everywhere instead of this kind of factory or industry. Please, let them give us grace this time around, though. God bless you people.
You too. All right, Mr. Ansike, someone is saying that you should explain the housing during Obasanjo regime. I think you were about saying something like that.
We are talking about, yes. You said that the so-called elder statesmen or the people at the top
yes
are seeing what we are seeing. So for me, I was talking from the point of experience. Say then when Obasanjo was the president, his minister of housing then, she's from Ondo State, Mojisona. I think I've forgotten that her son name, understand? So when they were advertising the housing for the poor, so they called for the press conference, understand?
Yeah.
So I was at the press conference as the never correspondent. So I asked, excuse me, man, how much is this housing for the poor? How much is it going for? She said 7 million. It should be around 2003, 2004. Understand? She said that the no-cost housing was 7 million. I now ask, excuse me, man, where will poor Nigerians get 7 million that to buy houses? The woman was surprised. She said, does it mean that Nigerians are so poor that they cannot afford houses of 7 million? This is under Obasanjo. And it's even a woman that was saying this.
She doesn't even know that Nigerians are poor to the extent of not...
Does it mean that Nigerians are so poor that they cannot afford houses of 7 million? Because I asked, excuse me, where would they get? Where would poor Nigerians get 7 million to buy these houses? She was surprised. She said, "Doesn't mean that Nigerians are so poor that they cannot afford houses of 7 million." So the truth is that those people at the top are not seeing what you are seeing. They are not feeling what we are feeling. Understand? So it is this miscommunication that's partly what is causing what, because now somebody said that the record of price is around 950
or 1,000
or 1,000.
Like
they don't know it. Do you understand it?
Of course.
Somebody like Nyesom Wike has not bought fuel with his own money since year 2000. Understand?
Yes.
Somebody like Ruth Amechi from 1999 to 2015, he never buy fuel with his own money. Government have been funding their cars. So how would they know the cost of fuel? And their hang-ups on those who they are using as PAs will be telling them that Nigerians are happy. Everybody is happy. Understand? And they will be believing it. Just like the time that Nai Mohammed said that nobody is hungry in Nigeria. Understand? That's what Nai Mohammed said at a point. That nobody is hungry in a country of 200 million people.
You can imagine.
Nobody is hungry.
That means they don't even know what's happening in the country.
Then when they ask Nai Mohammed, there are now traffic in Abuja. He said yes, Buhari's government is favoring a lot of people and they are buying cars. That's why there's a traffic in Abuja.
Imagine.
Understand? So they don't tell the people, the president, the true situation of things. Understand? So because
but Mr. Ansike, before the president becomes the president, was he not seeing it?
The president was just a poor man before becoming a president.
So even as a Nigerian, even the rich men, they do not know what happens.
If you can
in
buy a nomination form for 100 million, understand? You have separated yourself from the poor. You are now hearing what other people are saying, and those close to them don't tell them the truth. I'm telling you.
But Peter Ansike, sorry to interrupt you. Someone coming as a president of a country doesn't know what the citizens are going through, and you're telling me because he's a rich man, then what is he coming to do?
You are talking in an ideal state, understand?
Okay.
If these people know what you are feeling, they will not be buying cars of 160 million naira each.
Anyways, I get your point.
Understand me?
Yes.
They will not use a 2.7 billion to buy cars. They won't give an office that is not in existence, not recognized by the constitution, 1.7 billion just to buy cars. So they don't feel what you are feeling. That's a fact.
It's just a fact. All right, our phone lines are still open and we'll have a few minutes to call it quits. So you can call into the show. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, good evening. All right, to the WhatsApp messages now. Okay, this is coming from Dayo again. Evening, what happened to the NLC president is very unfortunate. This can only happen in Nigeria. Okay, let me take this call. Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, yo.
How are you doing, sir?
Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Hello?
Go ahead, tell us your name and location.
Yeah, this is Akaja. I'm calling from Okota.
All right, go ahead.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
Whenever I hear your voice on radio, I'm so much glad because we are doing a lot of things for Nigeria, which some people will not know. You and Mr. Talented. May God bless you people in Jesus' name.
Amen.
I will start by, there's one comment I always make. I said, so no course so many years ago, ask us which way Nigeria. And I know that this song now is for more than 20 years now that you sung this song. And we are expecting things to change. How can you keep on doing the same thing and you expect a different result? It
it is not possible. There's one thing that Oga Darlington normally said, that we are enjoying the sufferness. Until when the sufferness tire us, then we will not rise up our rights. You see, and we are expecting this government to change. When we allow president to appoint INEC chairman, which the president has something in mind for the next election, then you think that the INEC then he may appoint them will give you a different result. It's not possible. Then we allow all these politicians who are looking for the next election to change things, and it is not possible. You see, let us leave all these things that we are just complaining on radio. Let us stand up our rights. This is not the same Nigeria I know about 10, 15 years ago. This is how Jega imposed Buhari on us, telling us that let us move forward, that things will change. Now, Mahmoud don't come again, impose the Tinubu to us again, and we are still sitting there and complaining. It cannot work. Let us do something before things will get out of hand. Okay, let's look at today's election. See how the thing is going. Is this election? This is not the election. Are we practicing democracy, or we are practicing a military? Even what we are practicing this time around is more worse than the military. Okay, look at since the civilians took over since 1999. What have they achieved? What have our democracy achieved since 1999 to date? We have not achieved anything, and we still keep believing that our prayer on election day, pastors will take some group to church. They start doing IBG, and they will take this one to this side. It cannot work. Let us stand before this and this go wrong. Thank you. That's my contribution.
Thank you, Aka Jaja. Thank you for that contribution. Thank you so much. All right. Someone is saying on WhatsApp, good evening, my people out there. To tell you the truth, Nigeria problem is not something we'll keep on discussing on air. Let's share contact and be serious for once. 2027 is quite approaching. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Yes, Monday, go ahead.
Call back.
Go ahead.
Thank you very much. You see what I'm trying to say, some people are compromising it. In this country, what the Akajaja said now, we should stand up. In Singapore, we are the first country to always call on God, followed by Nigeria. But God will not come down to help us. And we are the spirituality is blindfolding our brain, blindfolding our mind. I don't know why people like to call God when God is not is watching us. We are human beings. We have paid for this world and created the corruption that everything is killing us and eating our brain. And people are saying that it's not churches, and they are demanding to talk to the government. You will be hungry. You have not eaten one cup of rice, and you will carry the little one you have and go and be added to their facility. All these private jets, is it not from there the government copy it to buy yacht and all that? And someone will be telling me that, let us stop to be saying this. I will be afraid to talk to man of God. Fella, I have said it now. Pastors, will they respect them? Will they fear them? And at the end of the day, they are killing us. That's why the rate of poverty is very high. And some people will be compromising it. Look at that man from Togo saying, I agree with what I said. I don't know why some people will just be daft. The Satanity have said it. This is religion. They will be sentimenting everything. The mosque put offering is the Christianity that opened their eye. What are you telling me? I've gone to so many churches. I've gone to Tuesday, I've gone to Zion, I've gone to sing everything to see what is going on there. There is no love, and they are collecting from the poor to their own poor. Do you think that I'm a fool or I'm born yesterday? Please, we need to change our mindset. If God will not help you if you do not help yourself. If Mr. Daddy say something that if you do not take a go, you will not be a don. God is God. You will not take a go. We cannot help ourselves. We are calling God. Let us leave God and face the leprosy that is killing us. What is all this? Are we afraid?
All right. Thank you so much, Monday. Thank you so much. To the WhatsApp now. Okay, good evening. I quite understand the point Mr. Nsike is making, but it sounds as if he's justifying or defending these rulers. For me, a ruler sees what Nigerians are going through. They are just being wicked. Simple. This is coming from Peter. Just like the question I asked you, does it mean they don't know what we are going through, or they just pretend they don't know? Hello, good evening.
Yeah, evening. Alex calling back, eh? Please,
ahead.
Mr. Nosike, please, I'm calling in respect of that number I told you, your number.
All right,
please, because of that market in Enugu, please.
Share it with you. I'll give you. Okay, don't worry about that, Alex. I will send it to you. All right, the number is still on. You can call us because we'll have a few minutes to go. 0700 903 903 903. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, baby. Good evening. Can you hear me now?
Yes. Go ahead.
All right. Good evening, sir. Good evening, sir.
Good evening.
I never wanted to call before, not until I hear this pastor and the church of the thing. Their own done too much. And we all know that we have the politician pastors. Let us not forget that we have politician pastors. Now that all those things is happening in our country, none of them will come out and say the Lord revealed to them. The Lord showed them. The Lord said to them. I don't know where that love is now. For past 6 months plus now, there is no for them again. There's no resolution for them again. So when we now start the suffering stop, maybe for 4 years now, you will see them coming out again. The Lord said, the Lord refused to us. Let us pray, let us fast. It is time for us to think with our brain. Christianity is not stupidity. Okay? We can't keep on listening to our fellow human beings, calling them pastors. When they need help, let them go ahead themselves first. For them to now start looking for who to preach for and who to pray for and who to command for them to go and break their service to come and sort it for them. At the end of the day, they will not go out and go look for something tangible to do for their family. They will look for way to reap and reap from where they did not sow. They have destroyed many of us. They have destroyed many of us life. Fake prophecy everywhere. If they did not find the one your family do, they will find the one you do to your family. They cannot even see better things for you. They will never see better things for you. And that is the reason why none of them have thinking faculty. They don't have sense. The way I have sense is you. So let them stop revealing what God did not reveal to them. One of them, the people have credit, popular battery for God to call their line. God did not even have their digits.
All right,
let them use their hand and do something. People, I think God take them. Have a nice day.
Thank you so much. I think I understand the reason for this. Hello, good evening to you. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. How are you doing?
Okay, I'm fine. This is Nedu calling from Switzerland.
All right, Nedu, go ahead. Hello, Nedu.
We are where we are today because Nigeria is quickly and easy to move on, whatever that happens. We are easy to move on. Most especially the people that come from where I come from. You see this eastern part of Nigeria. They are easy to move on. Because everybody believes in hustling. I don't want to say something after they will say I said something on national radio. These people, I don't know what to call them. You see, we are running a country where something that is produced in that country is being banned in another state. Alcohol is being produced in Nigeria. but it's being banned, it's being destroyed. Someone business is being destroyed in another state where constitution allow it to be sold because we are too religious. We are too religious that in Saudi Arabia, in Dubai, there are places you can enter hotel and drink your alcohol. Anybody that is a traveler can confirm this for me. Today, Saudi Arabia, things that they couldn't do before, they are bringing investment. Look at the last boxing they did in Saudi. It was done in Saudi Arabia. Why? You know how much they are going to make in hotel? Because it's a rich man business. They know how to attract or bring investment. This is the head of Islamic world in the whole world. This is where people go for Mecca. Likewise, Israel, where our Christian believe our religion come from. Look at what is going on there. Look at how they are killing innocent Palestinians because of Hamas. And nobody is saying something. Today, Christian will come and defend Israel. Muslim will come and defend Hamas. Rubbish. Let's call a spade a spade. Bad thing is bad thing. You see, these elites, Mr. Nosike, sorry to tell you this. They know what is going on. They know the poor masses are getting poorer. They know this is a tool. Tools they use in their election. So they keep on doing it. Okay, look at today. We are running a country where a Kano state governor will gather people, do the mass marriage. He doesn't care where their next meal will come from. Why are they doing that? It's for them to be productive. People that they will use for election in future. That is only the goal. It's not that they are not just giving those people happiness. They don't care about those people happiness. They are caring for the kids they are going to bear, so that they will use them for voting in the next coming years. Of course, they only have goals in their own interest, not in the poor masses' interest. And Nigerians are sleeping. I wonder when they will be awake. Everybody is moving on because some people think they can afford it today. But I'm telling you, it still goes to Peter Obi quotes. The terrorists we have today is the people who failed to educate yesterday. The bandits we are having today is the people who failed to educate yesterday. Look at the ammunition they got in Kogi State in just one arrest of local council and his members. Imagine how many is in that state as I'm talking to you now, just because of election. This is the only way they try to impoverish people, so that during election, any amount they give them, egal, they can do whatever they want. So they know that the poor masses are suffering. That is their willing, because they just want to build a state of elite and the poor. Finish. They don't even want middle class anymore, so that you cannot talk. Tell me how many people can afford bag of rice this December. Wahala dey, because even people now for this December, people no save again. I just close my case. Suffering and smiling. Bye, fella. Thank you.
Thank you, Nedu. Thank you so much. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello, good evening.
Adjust the audio of your radio.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from Isola.
All right, Emmanuel, go ahead.
Yes. First and foremost, I would like to start with the politicians. And just like the last caller said, if anybody tells you they don't know what's going on, that person is not telling you the truth. Because they did create them on that seat. So even if before they got there, or now that they are there, of course, even if they even decide to be listening to only CNN, there is just no how they will not hear or know what the masses is going through. That is one. Now, for the other aspect of, I'm listening to a whole lot of callers saying the pastors that, to be sincere, we Nigerians, a whole lot of Nigerians are the problem of themselves. You know it that, take it or you leave it, there are fake pastors that exist. So, but you have to use you yourself that carries the Bible. You should know what the Bible is saying. What you are carrying, have you opened or do you used to even go through study to know what the Bible is saying? So if somebody is telling you, do this, you should ask yourself, is this what the Bible said that I should do? Or is this what Christ has asked us to do? So you should not be blaming upon the woman that called in before this last caller was saying that this saw a lot of some of them. No, you should know. You shouldn't allow pastors to tell you, do this before you know what to do. You shouldn't allow pastors to tell you this is what is right. You should first of all ask yourself, do I even know what this Bible that I'm carrying, that I'm reading, what has he said? Do I understand what is all about, what he's saying? At times, when you look at the social media, you see some probably some funny churches or some places where you say, and the pastor says you buy this or you buy that or you do this before you do this or you bring this before you bring that. Ask yourself, is there anywhere in the Bible that Jesus asked his disciples to do this or to bring this? So you now come to know that, understand that these people are even the problem of themselves. They just sit down looking for solution houses, looking for where to rush to. And at the end of the day, you say, that church was saying their problem. They themselves are the problem of themselves first. Because if truly there is no how the pastor would have carry their hand to say, okay, do this transfer, move this one, or do this. Then, in fact, I could go on and on, but I'll just leave it at this place. We should be wise. We should ask ourselves, if same politicians come to tell you, do this, pastors come tell you, do this, ask yourself, is this person you are calling the so-called pastor, does he really, or does he even truly have the Spirit of God in you? Then you yourself that is reading the Bible, what did the Bible tell you? Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. All right, someone sent a message. Good evening to you all. I am Isaac Vincent from Iyanekbaja. Mr. Anosike is speaking the truth. The politicians don't know what the masses are passing through. Has any politician gone to the market to buy some derica of rice to know how much it is? Politicians, they don't live in the same places where poor people live to know what they are really facing. Okay? Hello, good evening to you.
Yeah, good evening, my sister. Please, now, I just come back.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, please, I want to ask one question. For those who are still sitting down, believing that things will change, I want to ask you, that Adamawa rake that went and announced a fake result, how about that case? Do we hear about it again? Those people that caused mayhem during the election, the general election, that said Mama Chinedu should not come out and vote. How about that? They be prosecuted. Those people that carry ballot for that said, if you are not voting for APC, don't come out. How about that case? Have they come out? Okay, now you are hearing a similar thing in Imo State today, that the talks in Imo State, they are still saying the same. People that committed it before, they were not prosecuted. That's why it's still happening. And we are still believing that this we call the government way. Well, it will not work. Let us just believe that. See, the reason why this thing we call Nigeria, one Nigeria is still existing today, is because the crude oil is still coming out from the south. How many people from the south are controlling the crude coming out from Zamfara State? Are we not supposed to ask ourselves that question? Then you see all the people from the oil well in the south. People from the north, they are doing not the oil well in the south. Every election, Salam Abubakar we gather his own. We call them peace accord. Why? Absalom is the owner of the highest oil well in the south, controlling trying to protect his oil well in the south, and you are here deceiving ourselves. Let us rise up. Enough is enough. That is my contribution. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Akajaja. All right, our time is fast approaching. and it's almost time to exit the studio. All right, Peter Anosike, how do you close?
Well, for me,
all right, sorry, let's take this. Hello, good evening to you.
Hello.
Good evening to you.
Good evening. My name is Jonathan. I'm calling from London.
All right, Jonathan, go ahead.
What I want to say, so the democracy, Nigerian democracy is on the verge of collapse. So I would not like to deceive anybody. I would like to tell everybody the truth. And as it is now, we can see all what is happening in Kogi, Imo, and Bayelsa, where results, as the election has not been conducted, results have started coming out. That's number one. This peace accord committee that chaired by the Abdul Salam, why can't they deploy their energy and enforce INEC to do the right thing? What is difficult for the peace accord, Bishop Kuka, Abdul Salam, and other members to put the INEC chairman feet on the fire? That there must be penalty. This peace accord, if it didn't work, you will be part of the consequence of this crisis. So everybody quiet among the peace accord committee. They quiet on the side of INEC chairman. So if the peace accord cannot confront INEC, we are not going anywhere. The peace accord is a kind of empty signature. I didn't blame the people that didn't sign the peace accord, because they know that it's shenanigans. So, and they know that people that organize it, they are political in nature. So that's my own contribution. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, and that's a very good way to end it.
I want to respond to what Jonathan said.
Okay.
He said that our democracy is on the verge of collapse. But the truth is that Nigeria is not practicing democracy. So on Monday, somebody will, or tomorrow, they will announce a winners in Kogi, Bayelsa, and Imo. And you say that that is democracy. It's not democracy. So Nigeria is not practicing democracy. What makes a government, a system, democracy, if the nation is credible, free, and fair? Understand? If a nation, credible, free, and fair. Nigeria has not had credible election. We've not had a free and fair election. So it's not the democracy. The democracy does not mean wearing agbada and suits. Understand me? The process, as Peter Obi said, the process by which somebody can come into office is even far more important than the office he is occupying.
Of course.
So when you come to office through thuggery, brigandage, you say it is democracy because you are wearing suits, not wearing army uniform. So for me, Nigeria is not practicing democracy at the moment.
All right, thank you, Peter Anosike. That's a beautiful way to end the program today. Thank you so much for your analysis. And to all our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in and for joining us in this conversation. We are here because of you. All right, that's how we'll call it today. My name is Biblas Chidi, and the person you heard his voice is Peter Anosike. And on Facebook, he is simply Peter Anosike, and I am Biblas Chidi. Do have a beautiful Saturday evening. See you same time next weekend as we bring all the interesting stories that made it to the news your way. Have a beautiful weekend.